Welcome to Webtember Friday number 3 and class number 3 of today. Hope you've had an enjoyable time so far. We're going to continue with the fun with Daniel Horowitz, who is live in Israel for his class, Genealogy on the Go with the MyHeritage Mobile App. So thanks to Daniel, who is a genealogy expert at MyHeritage, provides key contributions liaising with genealogy societies, bloggers, and media, as well as lecturing and attending conferences around the world. Dedicated to genealogy since 1986, he was the teacher and the study guide editor of the Family History Project, Searching for My Roots, in Venezuela for 15 years. Daniel is involved in several crowdsourced digitization and transcription projects and holds a board-level position at the Israel Genealogy Research Association. So please put together those virtual hands. Let's give Daniel Horowitz a nice warm webinar welcome. Daniel, welcome to Webtember.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jeff, and always a pleasure to be here with you and with all your audience. And I hear you're having a blast with this Webtember series, and I'm very happy to be part of it. Today, talking about a subject which is quite young, or youngster, I would say, how to use your mobile devices to do genealogy, specifically in the MyHeritage Mobile App. And the reason for this lecture is mainly that I don't know how many of you in the audience already realize this, but we are already using, either you know it or not, your mobile devices for genealogy. Whenever you're taking photos or you're using it to locate a cemetery or a map, or recording interviews, phone calls, reading email newsletters, or doing anything related to genealogy on your mobile device, that is the advantage of being able to use it. And I have a picture here of a small, kind of an old phone, although still what it's called a smartphone. And I do know that Samsung and Apple just both releases their latest phones, and they're quite big. And we're going back to lose the limit between what it's a phone and a tablet. And a lot of us, I do know, we were talking before about technology. When we travel with mobile devices, with tablets, and we use them for almost everything as if we were at home with a regular computer. So that is what MyHeritage engineers had in mind when and always when they code and then come with new features on the mobile app. Now, I do know also that we have some new people in the audience thanks to this Webtember, and I'm very happy for that. So I'm going to actually start with the very beginning, especially about MyHeritage, because I don't know how many of you are aware. The MyHeritage actually started as a platform to build family trees on a software, and we will talk about that in a second. But today we have 81 million family trees in our system. And also, later on, we added records, and today we have 15.1 billion historical records. And the third leg from the company is the DNA. And today the database counts 5.2 million of those kids that are both getting matches among themselves and also classified into genetic groups and ethnicity estimations. Now, all this is very important for you as a user, because this is all what you're going to be helped with through the mobile device, and MyHeritage will help you make hopefully amazing discoveries. Now, although we are having today our webinar in English, MyHeritage, of course, is in English as well, but also supports 42 languages. And that is definitely one of the things that makes MyHeritage different from other companies out there. The global strength, meaning people all over the world using MyHeritage not only to build their family trees, but also to research their families, their records, and do DNA. Now, we also have some superior technology, or at least that is what people that knows even more than me on technology says. And we try to be as friendly and approachable as possible. So if you see something that you don't like, or you would like to suggest anything, please go ahead and contact our support department. Finally, and I hope to bring you some news regarding this, we have some exclusive databases that you can browse on MyHeritage. But as I said at the beginning, the platform today is a web platform, and I will recommend everybody, when you are starting with MyHeritage, to start on the website. It's the most convenient, the easy way to just open an account and browse information and do the basic things. But the very origins of MyHeritage is on the software, which is available for free still today, both for Windows and Mac, and it's called Family Tree Builder. And it has a little bit more of advanced capabilities than the website or even the mobile. And then the third part here is the mobile app, which is available for any mobile device that you have. And this lecture is going to be concentrate on specific that, the app and all the features that it has. So the first step for you will be going to your mobile device app store, and that could be the Apple Store or the app or the iTunes for your Apple or Mac device, or the Google Play, which is the other brand of phones that you may have. If you don't have an iPhone, then you may have a compatible with Google Play, and download the app totally for free. Then, when the apps open, you will have a few options. You will be able either to register to MyHeritage with your Facebook account, with your Google account, signing up with a regular email, or log in if you already have an account on MyHeritage. Now, when you are signing up, we're going to ask you a few details about yourself. This will do two things at the same time. This will generate a free account and will help you build your family tree. Now, if you already have a family tree someplace else and you want to bring it to MyHeritage, that is also totally possible, but you will need to do this on a computer where you can import that JetCom. And then if you are logging in, you simply need to put your email and password. And I will strongly suggest you always to activate the two-factor authentication login. And let me tell you that this is just one of the many security features that MyHeritage implements on the website or on the system, because it's also implemented on the mobile device to keep your information safe. And normally this is digit codes that can get to you either on your phone or on a special app, or even by message, by regular SMS. And that will guarantee that it's you and only you, the one that is getting access to the website. If you're new on MyHeritage, besides your information, we're going to ask for your parents' information and your grandparents' information. Now, information that everybody, I guess, should know. Very simple details: first name, last name, birth year, country of year, death date or year, and death place. And by filling all this information, the MyHeritage technology is going to kick in automatically. And hopefully you will see a screen like this. And this is good both for mobile and for the website, because this means that MyHeritage found a match for any of those individuals that you just put in and what is already loaded on MyHeritage, and you will be able just to accept and to say, okay, all these people are my family. I can just with one click import them and bring them into my tree. And this is what it's called instant discoveries. But let's not jump into that. Let's go and see the app and its functionalities. So the home page may vary on the image, and I'm going to show you also at the end how you can personalize that specific image in the background, and you will have some buttons over there that will help you navigate. And on the top left corner of your mobile device, you will find a hamburger. Yep, that's how this 3 lines is called now, the menu lines. And when you click over there, the menu will display. Now, I have to give here a warning, because most of the screens and most of the samples, I have it kind of in an iPad view. Some are in phones, and your view may change or may vary if you are navigating or using a phone or a tablet, because all this resized according to the size of the device that you have. So I'm going to try to go in order of this menu and show you what you can do with the app. The first one is the family tree. After all, genealogy starts always with a family tree. And here you will find a family tree very similar, if not almost identical, as the one that you can find on the website. You will have pluses to add people. You will have what I call the little antennas on top of the people to display their branches. You will have all kind of buttons here to actually interact with your tree. The most important here probably will be what happened when you double click any card on the tree. And this is going to display the left panel. Now, we also have a left panel on the website, but here in the mobile device, it's probably more relevant, because here it will allow you to navigate through the information that you have from this person. You can see here the facts that you have added to the individual or to the profile. You will be able to see the photos where you have tagged that individual, and you will be able to see other relatives related to this main individual. And this is also a way to navigate across your family tree. Now, on the upper right corner of this left panel, you will find dots and a pencil, and this will allow you to edit the information of the person, to view this person in the tree, or simply to delete the individual from your tree. And you can do all that without any problem, even deleting a person from the family tree, because after all, is your tree and you decide how it looks and who is there. Now, if you want to edit the information, it's very easy. You're going to see the information that you already have over there. As you see, I already have a birth date and I have a death date. So the living check mark is already down. And then I can just look for other facts that I have about the person and modify them as I go. Now, if what you're looking for is to add another fact, you can do that pushing the big plus orange button that you have in the left panel right there. And this will show you the different options that you have in order to add information to this person. And we're not talking only about facts, but you could also add photos and audio and other relatives, and we're going to go one step at a time with all of those. So the first one is going to be to add a fact. And MyHeritage already has a long list of possible facts that you have there to choose from, and just select which one you want, and then filled in the date, the place, and any description that you want. And that is how you save facts to your family tree. Now, the other thing, and this is quite very unique to the MyHeritage app, is that you can add an audio related to this person. And let me tell you how I use this. Either I just record a memory or something about this individual, or whenever I am like in a family gathering, or I meet with my cousins or with anybody in the I will use this to record interviews to my relatives. So what do? I just click the record button, and of course you will need to add permission from the mobile device into your microphone. This is the current case. And then whenever you are ready, you push the record button and will start recording automatically. Whenever you are done, you push the stop button, and the recording will tell you if it was successfully, and then automatically, with you doing anything, it's going to be uploaded to the website and available both on the website and on the mobile device, and you will be able to go over and hear that story or that interview as many times as you want, or sharing it with other people. Yep, just as easy like that. Okay, what else you can add here? Well, you can add other relatives also from here, and normally the relatives that MyHeritage suggests you to add are those one step away from these main individuals, meaning parents, kids, siblings, or spouses or partners. Okay, and then after you click the relationship, you will be able to put in the names, dates, and all the information that you know for that individual. What else you can do here? Well, you can actually use what MyHeritage developed as a timeline for any person in your family tree. The button is going to be located in the profile panel for each individual, and MyHeritage will build a timeline for free for each one of your individuals without a problem. You're going to be greeted and encouraged to swipe to start looking at the timeline, and then you're going to see events 3 generations back and 3 generations forward from the main person. Meaning, if I'm looking at John Fitzgerald's timeline, I'm going to be able to turn the wheel down here, and I'm going to be able to see from the birth of his grandparents until the death of his grandkids. Meaning, again, 3 generations back and 3 generations forward, all the events that you have recorded with icons and very clear relationships. Let's go back to the family tree, and you may notice that you will not be able to see everybody in your tree, and that is because mainly, and hopefully your trees are huge or at least big, like mine, about 8,000 people or probably a few less, and they don't fit all in the same screen. So on the top of the family tree, you will be able to find a bar that will allow you to type the name of any individual in your tree. And this will make search for those individuals. So I'm starting to type here the word Steiner, as you can detect, and the app is telling me, okay, all those are the ones that I connect you with this last one, the last name, who you want to see, and you can just click on anyone and see it without any problem. And the family tree is going to be focused on this individual. Now, on the app, on the upper right corner, you will find also an icon that will allow you to choose how you want to see your family. Meaning, you want to see it in a regular family tree, which is my preferred, I have to admit, or you want to see it in a pedigree view, which is probably better if you are analyzing DNA and you want to study the branches, the ancestor branches of your family, or you want to see them in a list view. And very soon you will be able to see other options that are also available on the website. The pedigree view, as I said, is just the direct ancestors, parents and grandparents and great-grandparents of the individual, and you can navigate on them just by clicking, and you will find the icons also for the matches and every functionality that you need. And the list view is, yep, just a list of all your people that you will be able to click and to view and to add. All those views are totally editable or workable, you can say. If you have more than one family tree, which is my case, you will be able to swap among them on the very top. And the list view specifically will allow you to filter and to sort the individuals by different categories, like the first name, the last added. So you can actually detect your people here if you have any duplicates, for example, or you can keep track of your research without any problem. Okay, time to go back to the menu, and the next option will be the discoveries, and this is something that I really like. But I do know that some of you sometimes encounter some troubles with the discoveries, and when you go there, you find this window saying that you don't have any discoveries, and we encourage you to add more people. So if you only have a few people, you may find this kind of messaging. So all you need to do is to keep adding facts and individuals to your family tree, and hopefully very soon we will tell you that we found discoveries for you. Now, these discoveries may be different type of discoveries. If you see in the top right corner, you will find an icon that allows you to see all the discoveries types or all the matches. You can see only smart matches, which are matches between your tree and other people's family trees on MyHeritage, or record matches. And remember, I mentioned that we have 15.1 billion of those in our system, and that will include also family trees from Genie, Family Search, and other places as well. You can also filter here, but all of those who are pending, or those have you already confirmed, you reject, or only concentrate on the new ones that MyHeritage brought you this week. The default sorting is by the most valuable one, and MyHeritage will always tell you, as you can see in the back, what are you gaining from this match. If you're gaining birthplace, death details, other relatives, photos, etc. So here I have selected smart matches, for example, and they will look very similar to the record matches. And you can see on the top here that says 5 record matches for 3 people, because it means that people may have more than one match. And then you can go in and view those matches. You can analyze them. You can agree or not, accept or reject them, and extract the information from the match straight to your family tree. Another way, by the way, of looking to those matches is just by opening the discovery menu, as I'm showing you here, and showing you the smart matches, record matches, and the instant discoveries. Remember those? I already mentioned them today. It is the first step on the technology of MyHeritage that you will find when you're opening a family tree. So what if you uploaded a JetCom or you are a long-time user? Well, you can still come here and find out that MyHeritage has instant discoveries for you. And those discoveries can actually be divided into 2. The person discoveries, which is the one you saw already, and I will say one more word about them, and the photo discoveries, which I will show you in a second. So the person discoveries are all based in a person that you have in your family tree. In this case, it's either my grandparents or my mother. And the discovery will add up to 50 individuals to my tree that I don't have any of them. Now, this is an all or nothing, unfortunately, for many people that you don't want just to add everybody over there. The good news is that you can always go to the tree and delete those individuals that you don't want. But again, it's a very fast and efficient way to grow your tree with information very fast. Now, the second option for the discoveries is the photo discoveries. And here you are seeing that I have at least 20 of them divided into groups of up to 10 photo discoveries. Now, what are those photo discoveries? Very easy. Those are pictures that are in somebody else's website that I don't have in my profile. You can see that if I go into any of those, and they may come, by the way, from different websites. So here you have a sample of 2. You can see on the left side that they belong or they're associated to people in my family tree, people that I may know or not more information about them, but for sure I am missing a picture. And MyHeritage detected that somebody else has an image for that individual. Now, I'm going to tell you a secret, so please don't spread the word on this. The first one you have over there, I am really not into him. This is just what I call the collateral individual. You know, the ones that married my second cousin twice removed, and they insisted for me to add it to the tree. So I'm really not adamant to have his picture over there. So I'm going to click on the upper right corner on that check mark, and I'm going to undo that. And that will make that photo not to be copied into my tree. And actually, MyHeritage should remember that and not bringing you this image anymore. The other thing that you can do here is you can show relatives for a specific person, because at least in my case, with 8,000 people in my family tree, believe me, I don't necessarily remember who is who here. So by showing close relatives, parents, siblings, spouses, and kids, I will be able to remember and identify better who this person is. So all what I need to do is to click on the add photos to your tree below there, and all those images are going to be added to my tree, and the profile pictures are going to be added to my individual. So I hope that this will be a very good tool for you to use when you're commuting, or when you have a couple of minutes at a dentist or doctor's appointment, or any time or any place where you are to be able to grow your tree. The next item in the menu is the DNA. And this is probably something you will need a little bit more of time, because MyHeritage will give you a lot with your DNA sample. And probably this is the perfect time to say that if you have not taken a DNA test with MyHeritage, you can at any point go and order one. But hold on, before you do that, you should know that if you already did a test in another company, MyHeritage allows uploads from those companies into MyHeritage for free. Now, very important, this is something that can be done only on the website, not on the app. So you need to go into the website, download the digital file from the other company and upload it to MyHeritage. And then probably in less than 24 hours, you will get an email saying that we have information for you. What type of information? First, ethnicity estimations. MyHeritage is going to allocate you into different groups that you may match according to your DNA and the percentages that you match those groups. And also, not only ethnicities, but genetic groups. We will see that in a second. But we're also going to bring you matches with other people that have their DNA on MyHeritage, and you're going to be able to see where are those people located from and demonstrate that MyHeritage really has my DNA sold from any place in the world. And also you can see your matches by those ethnicities estimations. So let's start with the beginning, the ethnicity estimate with the genetic groups, and this is how it looks in the mobile device. We try to keep everything consistent and bringing you, if not exactly the same, a very similar view to what you have on the website. You will be able to evaluate here, to go into any of those genetic groups, to learn more about what they are all about, to see who matches you in that group, and understand a little bit more your ethnicities. Now, I have to be honest with you also, I didn't do my DNA for the ethnicities, I did it for the matches, and MyHeritage brought me a lot of them. In fact, it kept bringing me every week, every Sunday afternoon, brings me more matches that comes into the system. And then I need to use the filter and sorting options that we have here in order to be able to go specifically to the new ones or to those that are of my interest. And among those filters, you can concentrate if you want to see those matches that has theories of family relativities, which makes very easy to understand how you are related to the person, or if you have shared surnames or places, or even if the other person has a family tree. Please, 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 even if you did a DNA test on MyHeritage, or if you upload it from another place, please have a family tree on MyHeritage together with your DNA, because it's going to make your life way easier when you want to analyze how you are related to the other person. Now, you can also filter here by other relationships or the closeness of the DNA match with you. For example, I don't need to see my close match. All those are people who actually opened their mouth for me and gave me their DNA without any problem. But the extended one, those are the good ones, because those are close enough to be able to find the relationship, but not so close that they will be very obvious and I will know them. Also by locations, by ethnicities, or even here by the new genetic groups that MyHeritage offers you. You can also sort your DNA by the amount of DNA that you share with the other person, or by names, or by the most recent one, so you don't spend your time going over the same matches over and over. Of course, that you can at any point in time search for a specific name or surname that you think you're matching, and MyHeritage will bring you all those results without any problem. Another very useful tool is the note icon in the corner of every match. Same as in your website, it will display a free text area where you can take notes and save them right there, and now the balloon is turned purple, so you will know exactly that this is a match of your interest. But let's review the match for a second, and I'm going to use an example of Brian Jansen, which is my alter ego. That's why it identifies my mother as my mother, with a 50% DNA match. Whew, that was a good one. Well, I knew that, of course. But let me browse down over this very long page. So you should be finding here the theory of family relativity, if you have one, smart matches between your trees, if you have one, ancestral surnames as well. Remember I said having a family tree. So here, MyHeritage will detect common last names and common places that you and your match may have. So that is why it's so important. Also, the common matches between you and the other person. So if I'm analyzing here the matches with my mother, and I see here obviously my grandmother's DNA as a match, I already know that all those matches are coming from my maternal side, or even better, my grandmother's maternal side. So that is the importance of these shared DNA matches, and you can see everybody in this list is actually a relative of you from that branch. Also, you will be able to have a sneak peek on the family tree, at least the pedigree of the other person, and compare it to yours, because after all, the idea of a DNA is try to find the common ancestor in both trees. You will see also the shared ethnicities, and at the very bottom end, you will see the chromosome browser that MyHeritage offers you between you and this person. Yes, we also have a chromosome browser that you can use one-to-many, meaning between you and up to 7 other individuals. But at this point, what I will suggest you all to do is to just go back to the top and just simply contact either the person, what I call the donor of the DNA, or the administrator of the DNA, which is probably the person that knows more about the family and will be able to give you probably answers on how you are related. Now, if you're purchasing a MyHeritage DNA kit, the app will have also a very neat feature for you, because once you order and once you get your DNA kit, it will be very easy to activate it just using the camera and scanning the barcode that you will see on the box. And here, once you have done that, you will be able to manage all your kits and even upgrade to have a health DNA report right there. Okay, time to move to the next feature, which is the photos, and MyHeritage has a lot related to that in this area. Now here, MyHeritage will show you by default all the photos sorted by the latest one that you have uploaded to the tree or via your mobile device. I will always suggest you to have your photos organized in albums, and there is a way, of course, of selecting which photos you want to appear in which album, same as you can do today in your mobile devices as well. And you can focus on any album that you want. You can also at any time press the big plus orange button in the lower right corner of the screen, and this will allow you to add photos or scan photos, okay? And add photos meaning either taking them from your photo correct photo device, and MyHeritage will need access to your photo gallery, or taking them with your camera, and you will also need to allow MyHeritage to have access to your camera. So let's go into one of those images to show you what you can do here. On the upper right corner, you will find the menu with all the tools that MyHeritage has developed to work with images. The three dots are going to give you access to edit this photo, and by editing it means to rotate, applying filters, or cropping the images. You will be able also to edit the information of the photo, and I always will suggest you to change the name of the image, especially if it's coming from a digital camera or a printer or even WhatsApp, to something that will be meaningful, either the last name or the event that the picture is showing you. Also to add the date and the place for the image, and it's even better if you can add a description or a story about this image. And you can see over there also some of the metadata and the information about the image itself. You can save it to your library as well, because if this was an image that somebody else uploaded, you want to save a copy also on your device, or simply delete the picture without any problem. Another thing that you can do here is just to tag individuals and to share this image with other people there. In order to tag them, you can just browse with your mouse over the faces, and you will see that MyHeritage detect them in the photo, and you will be able to add the information about the individual. When you start typing the name, MyHeritage is going to pick that name from the family tree, another reason why having a family tree on MyHeritage, and you will be able to identify the individual and to recognize it on the photo. Now, you can also take advantage of all the tools that MyHeritage has available to improve the quality of the images. That is the photo repair, the photo enhancer, the colorize, or the animate with the tools that MyHeritage gives you. And with the icon over there, you will be able also to share that image, both the original one or the improved one, at any point in time and without any problem with anybody, either by membership of MyHeritage or by messages, WhatsApp, social media, as you will. Okay. On the photo album, by the way, you will always notice icons that will tell you what tools have you applied to this image. One more thing you can do with the images is recording a memory or a story behind the photo. Remember what I showed you before with the profile of the person? Well, here you can do this with the picture itself. And you will need, of course, to allow access to the microphone as well. But the advantage is to be able also to record either your memory or an interview that you are doing with somebody else about this image. Now you can see the picture, and yeah, you know, a picture worth 1,000 words, but it's even better when you can hear the story behind the image. Just keeping on with what you can do, I'm going to go into the next option from the photo menu. It will be to scan a photo or document. Let me show you how it looks like. This is an app, or this is a functionality of the app, better said, that will allow you to take a picture of any photo or document. MyHeritage will recognize the size and the shape of the material that you are taking, will allow you to adjust it and make sure you are not missing anything just by moving the corners and being exact to the document, and then apply some filters, especially if it's a document, that will help you better read and see this. And then it's going to be uploaded to the website and saved to your family tree, and you can then later do whatever you would like to do with it. How do you get here? Just by clicking on the plus there and selecting scanning photos. Okay, the next section will be a research. And remember I said that we have 15 billion records, 15.1 billion records on MyHeritage. So also from your mobile device, you are able to go into the search engine and you can just type a name of a person and search for it, or you can browse by collections, and MyHeritage has all the records divided into collections, and every collection has specific sub-collections or categories inside. So if you are into census and voters lists, for example, you can go into the latest collection that we have released, the Scottish censuses, and being able to search your family over there. Now, my example is with the Hungarian Catholic Church, which has its own search page where you can put as basics as a last name or a first name or the minimal pieces of information, and you will be able to find the results right away. And just by clicking on any of those names, you will be able to see the information and hopefully even an image of the document whenever MyHeritage has that for you. The next section will be also kind of a very unique feature, taking advantage of your mobile device, because you will be able to invite more members to your website. And we are going to detect all those living individuals that are not members of MyHeritage. Now, you could also do that from the profile, okay? Next to the living individual profiles, you will have an icon that will allow you to invite. But in this case, from the menu, it will take advantage of using text messages and to using the phone numbers of those people that we detected in your family tree, but also in your phone. And MyHeritage is going to have a message pre-created with a link. The other person will not need to do anything but to set up a password. It's a free account. They don't need to pay anything, and they will have access to view, and depending on your settings, also to help you research your family. So this is a perfect way to involve other family members that you may not know their email addresses, but you know their phone numbers, and allow them to view and to collaborate with your research. Now, the next section, and we are getting towards the end, will be the inbox. And this will allow you to keep communication with other members of MyHeritage with totally privacy, meaning that people that want to communicate with you, for example, because you have a smart match with them, or you have a DNA match with them. Remember I said that you should contact the people. Those contacts are going to be generated here inside the MyHeritage platform, and you are going to be able to communicate without revealing personal details of you. From the mobile device, you can see both the inbox, the unread messages or the archive messages or the send messages, just as in your regular email. Or you can just create a new email for any person, and if the person is a member of your website, you will be able to start typing the name, and then MyHeritage will fill in the contact details, and you can just use MyHeritage also to communicate with family members. Now, before I go to the last section of the menu, I want to go back to the top because it bothered me when I was preparing this presentation that always the menu on the top had this silhouette, and it says Daniel, but it's really, I mean, you cannot see that it's me, and I could not see that it's me. So just by clicking on that silhouette, and that will mean also that probably your photo is not associated with your profile in the tree. So just by clicking over there, I will have the option to upload a picture, and now definitely the menu and the display looks more personal to me with my photo over there. Now, in the bottom part of the menu, you will find the settings. And here is where you will be able to change from different family sites that you can have in MyHeritage to set up which language you want to use your app, how you want to receive notifications. Remember the cover photo that I said you can change. You can change it from here as well. You can enable the login touch ID to share MyHeritage with other people, or contact our support department. And here you will find both the account that you're using and the email address that you're using. And of course, you can always log out of the app as well. Well, so I think and I hope that I have brought you a wider view and understanding of all what you can do with the MyHeritage mobile app. Basically, because you already can take and edit your tree wherever you go, it will be kept synchronized always with your website and your software. It will allow you to take advantage of your mobile capabilities, the camera, the microphone, just to move photos from one place to the other, to do interviews and to record audio, or to see timelines of people, which is quite a unique feature, not even available on the website, unfortunately, and I agree with you. But maybe in the near future, they will move it also from the mobile device also to the website. Now, if Jeff allows me just one more minute, I would like to bring you some announcements that I have for you. First, if you would like to know more about MyHeritage, we have the knowledge base under education.myheritage.com. Over there, you will be able to find webinars, articles, downloaded material, and all tips and tricks on how not only to be a better MyHeritage user, but also how to be a better genealogist. And if webinars is what is your interest, I'm pretty sure, of course, you know about Legacy and the new design of the website, easier to navigate, easier to find the subjects and the webinars that you are interested on, and also able to find this Webtember session during the whole September. 30 webinars live and pre-recorded available for you. My invitation for all of you is to join me every week in a 30-minute session that I normally have with the news of what's happening on MyHeritage. It's called Ask the Expert, and it's happening every Thursday, 1 p.m. New York time, no matter where you are. Normally, I'm doing it here from Israel, and for me, it's 8 p.m., but you just need to find the hour in your location. And the good news about this is that I like to do an open mic Q&A, so you're able to voice your questions. One registration will set up you for the whole year, and you can also watch it live on my Facebook. So now I'm going to leave the screen for Jeff, who I know for sure has some announcements for you before answering any questions that you may have.
Well, thanks, Daniel. I'd learned about that the app can scan documents. I didn't know that before, Daniel. That was really neat. And there's another neat comment here, Daniel. Oh, now I can't find it, but yeah, fun to learn all about the mobile app, and we do have some good questions here, so we'll get to those really quickly. For those of you who have been asking if you'll be able to view this replay again, yeah, just head up to familytreewebinars.com, and we'll have the replay of not only this class, but all of the other classes in this Webtember series. And the ones of today will be up there later on today. They will all be free through the end of the month. But in addition, there's more than 1,500 other classes up there on a wide variety of topics. And if you want access to all of those, as well as the syllabus pages that accompany the classes, then you can have anytime access with a webinar membership. And I'll give you that coupon code here in just a second. So yeah, there we go. And if you want more on mobile apps, various different topics are available also with your webinar membership up at the website, and do a /mobile, and that will give you access to, I think there's, 11 additional classes up there. And if you want more on learning MyHeritage, those of you here have asked some questions that some of them are a little beyond the bounds of the mobile app concept, but most of them that you've asked are answered in these classes. So I would invite you to head up there, go up to the webinar website and do a /MyHeritage, and that's where you can see all that you can learn up there about MyHeritage. If you want more Daniel Horowitz, and I can't imagine why not, just fun just to listen to Daniel, such a fun guy. Head up there and just do a search for him, or type in his name just like that. And what he taught last week, don't believe everything you read, is up in the online library for you to view as well. And always just scroll down just a bit on the home page, and you can always see what's brand new in the webinar library. And then outside of the Webtember series, we have our live webinars every week, and starting with September 21st with Pam Sayre for the next Board for Certification of Genealogists series. We'll be hosting her class. We'll be hosting Robin Smith on cluster research, using groups of people to find your people. And then on September 28th, it'll be my pleasure to give you a thorough look into the brand new familytreewebinars.com website. Then if you have ancestors from the Ukraine, stick around on September 29th, and then October 1st we'll have David Jackson for Born a Slave, Rediscovering Arthur Jackson's African American Heritage. So we've got all kinds of classes up there that you can join. Viewing the live webinars is always free. And the replays of the live webinars are usually free for the first week, and then afterwards available anytime with a webinar membership. And so there's your coupon code. So write down Webtember, and that will get you 15% off of a webinar membership. And you know that we don't usually offer a 15%, so if you're thinking about it, now's the time, and just use that code for that webinar membership. And once you purchase it, then it's available immediately. Okay, let's bring Daniel back on for a few minutes of questions. Daniel, are you ready to play Stump the Speaker?
I am ready. Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay, we love that. First of all, Fiona's wondering about the devices that it can be used on. Now, you taught us about either the Apple devices or the Android devices. She's wondering about, or how would you find out about the specifics of the system requirements? She's got an iPad 4 using iOS 10.3.3. How would she know if MyHeritage app can work with what she has?
It's actually very easy, and I know that because it happened to me.
Oh, really?
A couple of days ago.
Okay.
I also have an iPad, a little bit older than the one she has, and I wanted to install the latest version of the app on the tablet. So what I did is I went to the Apple Store, and it will be worked also for Androids on the Google Play. And when you try to install it, the system will warn you and will say, I'm sorry, you cannot install this app because you need a greater system, like system 12 or 13 in the iPhone or the iPad, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know about the Google Play and the Android, but the systems are today very intelligent and very easy to use. You try it, and if it doesn't work, it will tell you that it doesn't work, and it will tell you why it doesn't work. But it will have nothing to do with the app itself, because it's mostly the two biggest companies, Apple and Google, who are defining the minimum system requirement to install certain applications. And they are obligating all the coders to code things for those systems. So you will know.
Thank you. By the way, this reminds me, Daniel, I was in the car just yesterday, and my 12-year-old daughter, she was asking, we had a family member that passed away recently, and she was asking how old was she, and so I pulled out the MyHeritage app, and it was very easy to navigate right to her where she can learn about that. So glad that I had that app with me.
That's also a question as a genealogist, I have to admit. I never know what to answer, because I may know the birth dates of people, but I don't know how old they are or how old they were, and the app will give you that option right away. You're totally right, and I'm very sorry for your loss, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you. Well, let's go to Rosie. She says she wishes there was an option to use a female's maiden name instead of her married name. Is that an option?
Oh, but there is, yes, definitely. At least on the website there is, and while you do the questions, I'm going to pull my app right here, because I'm pretty sure that if I go to my mother's is registered with the maiden name. And if I go to edit information, yes, of course, it says over there maiden name and married name. Now, probably, I don't know if the question is because you didn't see it on my presentation, but when you go into the app and when you go into a female profile, you will be given the option to write the maiden name and the married name. And then the way it displays, it's mandate, but how your settings are on the website and the app. So make sure that you have your settings to see maiden names as well.
Perfect. Okay, thanks. Let's go to Lucille. And she asks, is there anything that the app does that the website doesn't do?
Yep, the timeline. Definitely that
Oh,
is
yeah.
one. Recording, audio recordings. It's 2 and 3 because you can audio record for a photo or for a profile. Those are features that are only on the app, exclusively on the app.
Okay, thank you. Now, William asks, what if I put something into my iPad or iPhone, but I don't have any internet connection at that time? Will it upload automatically later on, or is there something special that he needs to do later?
Well, you will not be able to use the app if you don't have an internet connection.
Okay.
Okay, and yes, that also happened to me in the good old days when you used to travel. And you know, when you go into the plane, they ask you to turn off all the capabilities of the phone. Yeah, you will not be able to use the app if you don't have an internet connection, unfortunately.
Okay, thanks. Arlene was asking about on the mobile app. Is there a way to enter the sources or the citations for any item of information like we can on the website?
No, that will be a feature which is considered quite advanced feature,
Okay.
and it's only available on the website.
Okay.
I will not suggest you to do source citations on a mobile device. It may be very hard to do if you have a phone or a small phone at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still the one I would prefer to use my keyboard for things like that, Daniel.
Mm-hmm. Typing a lot of information, and not only that, but maybe you want to do copy paste and bring it from one website to the tree, like if you're copying information from the National Archive or things like that.
Yeah. Okay. Somewhere in here, and I can't find it right now, but the person asked about using the mobile app. I imagine, Daniel, it's free up to a point. Is there a point where you need to have a complete membership to access all of the features?
Well, not exactly. The mobile app is totally free. The limitation is managed by the website. Meaning if you have a free account, and you can have a free account on MyHeritage without any problem, you will be limited to 250 individuals on your family tree. But that doesn't have anything to do with the app. You will still be able to use the app with all the features with no problem.
Perfect. Jerome is wondering about your Q&A sessions, Daniel. Those were accessible via your personal Facebook page. Is that right? Remind us.
Well, they are there in my Facebook page, but I also upload them to the knowledge base, to education.myheritage.com. And I'm going to put you, Jeff, that URL in the chat so you can share it with the audience. And also the URL to register and to Ask the Experts, and to be able to ask questions live whenever you want.
Okay, I've just put those both in the chat, everybody. Well, Daniel, it's always a pleasure to share a few minutes with you, and this has been no exception. Thank you so much. Any final thoughts or parting words before we say goodbye, Daniel?
Oh, no, just thank you, Jeff, for just going along with these crazy ideas like Webtember that we have on MyHeritage, or between MyHeritage and Legacy.
Yeah.
For the audience to keep enjoying all the webinars coming up and the ones that you are releasing. And to just have fun.
Very good. Thank you, Daniel. So, for those of you that are hoping to stay or to be a part of Leanne Kruger's Canadian Records class, we will close out of this live webinar right now, and we'll head over to just check your email confirmation or reminder link to join for that one. and we'll see you over there in just a few minutes. Okay, thanks Daniel, and thanks to all of you, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.